Well, hello everybody, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 4 recap. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. So, y'all, if I had to rate this episode using a 5.5 star system, I will rate this episode a 3. Y'all let me know downtown in the comments section what you will rate this episode of Ready to Love. So this week it is the men's turn. The men go into the vault with Tommy, and they have the upper hand this week. So each week, as you know, or maybe if you don't, if you're new here, each week the sexes, okay, get an opportunity to eliminate one person from the cast that they don't believe that they are having a connection with. Last week it was the women, and this week it is the men. And so Tommy tells them, um that they have the power to eliminate a woman, that they all have to come, go in and dig deep this week and really try to make a connection with the women, right? Because of course they've been playing games. They used 3 weeks of this, right, just for us meeting these new cast members. So it's going to take quite some time, right, for all of them to get together. But anyway, so they are to invite them either to their homes or to their place of employment. Okay, hint, hint, Naim, for them to get together, right? So Naim is a gym owner, and so he opens up his gym so that they can all come into the gym. Okay, let me bring Naim up. Do I got Naim? I'm sure I got him on here somewhere. Let me see where Naim is. This Naim? Yeah, so this is Naim. And Naim, invites all of, the couple, some of the cast member. He invites Fritz, Khalil, Deanna, True, and Shahara. Okay. So already this invite list is just looking a little suspect. Okay. Now, we see Deanna come in. Of course, we know that Deanna is the firefighter. And so she comes in and, she is, high fiving him. They already got homie type vibes going on, right? So we know that there's no connection there. But, she comes in and high fives and he says that, he's had this gym. And I wrote that down. Let me put on my glasses, okay? Hoping everybody had a wonderful Saturday. We got a full night tonight because right after this, we will be doing our panel on Dr. Pia. Okay, so I wrote down how long he had it, but where is it at? I want to say he said he's had the gym for like 7 years. I want to say that he's had this gym for like 7 years. But anyway, and so, they all file in and everything. He says that, like I said, he's opened up this gym so that he can help African Americans stay on top of their health and, prioritize their health and fitness and stuff like that. So he created, this gym. And so everybody is there but True. So they all, start working out and all of that kind of stuff. And then after the fact, they get an opportunity or in between workouts, I guess, to kind of talk with one another. So Deanna finds herself liking Khalil, right? And Khalil likes her too. Khalil believes that the two of them can connect with one another, right? Because, she's ambitious, he's attracted to her and all that kind of stuff, right? And so, the two of them are talking. So Hussein says, Hassan, no, I'm jumping ahead. I'm jumping ahead. Because I'm putting people in a room that wasn't in the room. It was Fritz, Khalil. Who was it who sung, y'all? I gotta look. Let me bring these people up so I know who the hell I'm talking about. It wasn't him. He's gone home. It wasn't him because I think he's very unattractive. Freak it. Anyway, so they're talking. So Shahara sits down on the floor, right, and she has a talk with Fritz, right. So Fritz, um, Shahara is sitting and she's having a conversation with Fritz. Now Shahara almost went home, and she's giving off these homie vibes, and she really is. Okay, she's having a conversation with Fritz after the little workout and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, she is trying to connect to him. And the two of them are supposed to be talking. So she said that, she had been sending text messages and stuff like that, right? And he's been doing a basic copy and paste. So, she sends him this text message and be like, how you doing? And she said that he gives her like 3 bullet points. Okay. Then she said the next day she sends something, he sends the same exact thing. And so he's one of those type of guys, in my opinion. Fritz is one of those kind of guys that he's a fuck up, right? And he, lacks responsibility or responsibility, right? And he don't want you to tell him. And if you do, you want his list. And he is going to try to destroy your character. This is what the kind of person that I'm getting out of Fritz. He want to just destroy your character because he feels like he's been insulted. I don't like this guy. I think this dude is just a crummy type of person, y'all. I'm just being dead ass about it. And you can see when that little child insecure look comes up on his face. You can see when it come up on the face. So Sahara is saying, even though she is ghetto, right? Because she's ghetto. Even though she's ghetto, she's real about who she is. He goes down the list and says that she is aggressive, rambunctious, excessive, loud, but authentic, raw, and unfiltered. And we could give some words for him: lazy, dishonest, untrustworthy, uncapped, and some motion. Okay, so let's not start. We're not going to do it because there's some things that people could say about Fritz with his rented house and his rented pool. Fake mother. Okay. Hassan ended up going out right later on, but that's later on. So she was saying that he's sending her these text messages saying you're. And she was like, what is a you're? He was like, you got a problem with me saying you're? She was like, yeah, because I don't even know what that is. Like, what is it? And that's the truth. Like, you sending immature stuff, you copy and paste it, right? So she's like, what is that? She said, if you think about me, send a heart emoji. She said, they got that. Send me that. But the stuff that you sending me is wrong. And which is why he said she's authentic and unfiltered and raw. Because at a certain point, you don't have the time to be playing the games. Now, is she coming off a little rough and aggressive? Yes, but that's part of her personality. That's who she is. I think that you should not have to shrink yourself, right, in order to be with somebody. But I do think you need to tone it down. I do think she need to tone it down, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. So, so Khalil, so Khalil sits down with True. He's trying to have a conversation with True, get to know her and all of that, because this is what Tommy is telling her to do. He's asking her, about her life and stuff like that. He asked her whether or not she wanted to have kids, and she was like, yeah. And he was like, how many? And she was like, as many as he want. I mean, come on, let's do this. And then when he asked her about her age, right? Now she's, oh, I'm an adult. He like, okay, but what's your age? She doesn't want to give up her age. He flat out asked her, and remember that he flat out asked her, well, how old are you? And the reason why I think that she got insecure about it is because if she were to get pregnant, she would be what they call geriatric. Okay, I was geriatric when I had my child, and it just means that you might have some problems having a baby, right? It is what it is. But it doesn't mean that you can't. Women are having babies in their 50s and their 60s, right? Bitch, ain't no way in the world I could do a period that long. But women are still having children. They're freezing their eggs. They're doing what they have to do. But I think that made her feel like he was counting her biological clock. But he don't have to count your biological clock if you do. So I think that was the reason why. Y'all let me know downtown in the chat why she did not give the age, because she didn't want him counting, right? Because by the time she probably get married to the guy, she's going to be a year or two older. And regardless of what people think, it does make a difference in your fertility and your ability to carry a baby. Been there, done that. Okay, I'm telling you, it does make a difference. But anyway, so she wouldn't tell her age, and so he was like, what the hell, is going on with it? And so she's just messing up, right? She's just messing up all the way around. So Naim decides that he wants to meet with True, right? So True comes in there. Now, mind you, True was supposed to be at the gym with all of them. So True comes in there automatically, arrogant, like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm this. So Naim was like, okay, you ain't even come. You came late. Like, what happened? And she was like, I had to work. I had to work. So he was like, okay, but I thought that you said that you wanted to get to know me. If you want to get to know me past a motherfucking text message, then you should have showed up. I had to work. Do you not? Are you unable to understand that? Did you not hear that? I thought that was just disgusting, right? To me, for her to even come off and pop off with this guy like this, like, serious, straight up. And like, you're Hagatha Christie at this point. So he's saying, you gave me a Google text number, right? And so she's saying, it don't make a difference whether I gave you a Google text number or not. You didn't call me or text me. But she contradicted it by saying that he did text her, and she sent him some questions or made a statement and he never responded to it. But if you're really trying to get to know somebody, right, she's saying, later on that the reason why she did this is because she didn't know him. I understand that, right, to an extent. But let dude, feel like he's on a real fucking phone number. He doesn't, and the thing about it is people be watching their phones to see whether or not they're coming up blue or green. Y'all, I'm telling you now, I don't know what the hell blue and green and all of that kind of stuff mean. Like, I just don't fucking understand it. But anyway, so then we got the other group that gets together is Tay, Rocky, Hassan, and they're all at Cam's house. And so, Cam opens up his door to all of them and everything. Um, Hassan said that, at first he was just attracted to Tay by the outside appearance, but now he sees more in her after having a conversation. So they sit around and they play this game. And the game is just, random questions. So the first one they pull out, Hassan pulls out, says, where do you like to be licked at? And so he said, in his neck and in his, like mid-region, lower region area. Okay. So they was like, all right, I mean, let's get it on and popping. We on and popping, right? And so after that, then they all pull another card. What is the most what was the question, y'all? What was a turning point or a significant part, a point in your life? And so Tay says that for her, it was, going to college and getting her degree, as an African American woman. And I just was like, honey, don't you know that that research has shown that African American women are some of the most educated people in this country? I just was like, okay, girl, choose something else. Be vulnerable. Anyway, so Rocky says that she was working, she lost her job, and as a result of losing her job, she got out there and started, selling drugs. And she said, she know that was basically wrong, right? But she says that she understands now that things can be gone, right? They can be here today and gone tomorrow. And I think that a lot of people are unfortunately starting to go through that. They're going to go through that. I don't know, what's going to happen, but anyway. And so Hassan said that, what did Hassan say his was? I can't even remember, but Cam said that, he dealt with mental illness and that he said he was one of the most depressed people, but he said he thought about his niece. And when he thought about his niece, he said that he could not leave her. So he had to teach himself, right? He should have went to therapy, but he said he had to teach himself to be happy and to get out of that level of depression. And for me, that would have threw up a red flag for me. Because if you doing it yourself, right, you doing a DIY type of therapeutic healing, that's not sustainable, right? For me, it's just not sustainable for me. One of the things that I noticed is Rocky is playing the game, right? But Rocky, there's no connection. I haven't seen a connection with anybody with Rocky. Rocky is sliding by because they're getting rid of the worst ones first. But Rocky is absolutely giving off homie vibes. I haven't seen any of the guys say that they really into Rocky, but we're gonna see, maybe it'll turn or something, or maybe she doing something. She don't even come up at the tables when when they were in the vote. Rocky don't. She comes up as she a little homegirl. She just like Shahara. She just not loud, but she is ghetto. Okay, it's like, yeah, Miss Wilson. There's no connection with Rocky with any of them, right? So anyway, they all have a good time and everything. And the next thing you know, we see Cam goes out on a date with Rose. And I thought that that was the sweetest little date. She was just a giddy and feminine and kikiing and con across the table. And she was excited and he was smiling and Rose was smiling. And when the food came out, everything, he had some oysters and he was like, you want to taste some of my oysters? She said, no, because it looked like for JJ. And he said, well, maybe that's why I like it, right? And so, she ordered her little thing. And, before the food came out, she was like, I know you're not a Christian guy and I don't want to throw nothing down your throat, but I do always pray over my food before I eat it. And I just thought that their whole little thing was so precious, y'all. I just did. I thought their whole date was cute. And he was like, just smitten with her and she was smitten with him. Right. And I just was like, she said that every guy that she's been in a relationship has cheated on her. And I think that that's the testimony and the confession of a whole lot of women, right? That most of the men that they go out with, they cheat on them. Unfortunate. I don't know what that is about, but they need to, men need to get it together. But I just absolutely love the relationship between the two of them. And so, next thing we know, Fritz has a host of a party at his house, right? And so it's this big old house, right? Single family home with a pool. Bitch, as soon as they said he was a financial analyst, I was like, no, boo. No. A financial analyst. Okay. So he invites to his house Shawnee's, Andre, Nakeem, Chloe, Coley, and Kiara. Eddie, Fritz, and Cisco. So Eddie absolutely likes Coley, right? He likes her. But honey, Angie ended up coming up in the back, right? Because Angie was bringing out so Eddie was doing the grill and Angie was like that girl that like was what you need. You need the salt, pepper, you need aluminum foil, you need me to put a plate together, you need me to do this. And Eddie picked up on it. And he was like, she's in partnership with me, right? Even though he likes Coley, he sees her as Angie as being that girl that's going to partner with him and ride or die with him. He was like, girl, I see you, right? Cisco ends up liking Shawnee's, right? I don't know, he just like her, okay? Shawnee's gets into the pool with Fritz and, she getting thrown all over the place, okay? Coley talks to Fritz and they trying to get together. Let me show y'all Fritz. Where's Fritz? This is Fritz. Nope. Nope. She's talking to him. Let me find Coley. Is that Coley or Rose? That's Rose. No, let me find Coley. I know I had her on here. I don't see her. But anyway, Fritz is sitting outside and he's talking to Coley. And Coley was like, I was kind of feeling you and everything and thought that something could happen out of this relationship. But I went on your Instagram page and you following polygamists. You following a bunch of people in that poly life. And he was like, okay, I'm just following them because I'm interested. I mean, if you following an astronaut, don't make you an astronaut. If you follow, I said, you know what? That's some bullshit, Fritz. You are probably into the poly life and very interested because why would you just randomly follow an astronaut, bitch, if you wasn't interested in one? This is something that you are absolutely interested in, and you're probably making connections with these people. Don't sit up here and play the little game, right? I'm just like, She's like, I mean, this is ready to love, not ready to love everybody. So of course he done got bust out by yet another woman, and y'all watch, she's gonna be on his fucking list because this is the kind of individual he is. Coley, Jay said that Jay ended up being there. I don't even know why. Jay said that he believes that Coley gives off rich daddy girl vibes. I'm like, what? So while they in the house and everything, girlfriend starts talking about, they were sharing, and she was saying that her baby daddy, Kiera, was saying, was it Kiera, y'all? Was saying that, her baby daddy, um, wait a minute. Let me make sure I got everybody. Yeah, I did. Kiera talks about her boo being in jail, her old boyfriend, right? Her baby daddy. And it ended up coming up later on. All right, so we in the vote. Let's get this over with. So we in the vote. Naim says that he has a growing affection for Kiera. There's a couple of people that like her. He says that he likes her resilience, and he likes that she's a little hood, and she her self-awareness, like he really likes that about her. um Khalil likes D. He said that she's strong, nurturing, and he respects her job. Hussein said that he likes Coley. Eddie likes Angie, and he says that he feels like they are a couple that they can play together, right? And I like that about them, right? Now, of course, we know that Eddie also liked, what's the child's name? Coley, but Angie moving ahead. Fritz says that he doesn't like Kiera. And the reason why Fritz ugly ass doesn't like Kiera is because her baby daddy, who is in prison, is going to be coming home. So what do you want them locked up for life? And what the fuck does that have to do with him? That don't have nothing to do with him. She don't like you anyway. They sat up there and asked him about the home, right? When they was at the pool party, and they asked him about the home. He told me, yeah, this ain't gonna be long term, because I'm just here by myself. Because you written that mother. That's why. It's not your house. You're renting it. Just say that. So she was like, okay, well, if you written, if this house is big, if you want a family and you want to be married, why wouldn't you keep it? Because that's not what he wants. He's a fraud. So anyway, Naim says that he likes True, but True came late, right? She came late from the gym, saying that she really want to meet him. She gonna sit up there and walk away from the table, right? When he confronted her about the text message and stuff like that, right? And her giving him this Google Doc thing, she's gonna get mad about the situation and walk away and go, to the gym. But the thing about it is, this girl doesn't want to take responsibility for anything that she has done. And she thinks higher of herself than she ought to. And she's full of shit. And she's playing a game. She didn't come there for love. She came there to get text messages. And it turned the guys off. It turned Naim off because he was like, every time we together, she wants to embarrass people and say, you didn't text me, you didn't call me. But True hasn't been true. Okay? What did he say about True? He said the following. Oh, yeah, write it down now. Let me find out it's a page missing. Trying to find the truth through True is hard right now. Cam has the audacity to say he not connecting with D. That's because D sat up there and told him she don't date nobody, no other firefighter. Fritz says that Shahara is cool, but she needs more decorum. She's unpredictable. So Tommy was like, what you mean? He was like, I don't want to be able to bring her around my family. I hate to say it, but it's right. Anyway, so Cam, the guys have to make a decision. Cam decides that he's going to go with Shahara, and True meets with Khalil. And Khalil was the one that was sitting in the gym trying to talk to her and asked her about her age. And he confronted her at the table. He told her that, the guys are really having a problem connecting to you, True, because we don't know what the truth is. And, you gave somebody a Google. Oh, you talking about Nakeem? I mean, the man with the 5 kids. Okay. If he was ashamed of being a father of 5 children, he wouldn't have put that out there. And so now you're going to weaponize that when you wanted the motherfucker to text you. You was pressed and acting an idiot and a fool because he didn't text you. But now he the man with the 5 kids? Well, seemed like you was pretty interested in the man with the 5 kids. True meets with Cam meets with Shahara, and he just basically told Shahara, everybody think you the homie. We know it's more in you. She was like, I mean, I've been giving y'all my stuff or whatever. He was like, but we need that soft side of you because everybody think you the homie. We see the potential in you, but you got to play this another way. We need to see the vulnerability in you. And when men say vulnerability, I'm telling y'all, they're talking about feminine, being feminine. Because the other guy already said she got out. But I don't know why they use vulnerability. It's not being vulnerable. I don't have to be vulnerable before you until I trust you. But what you expected me to do is act like a lady. That's what you want. Just say that. Stop with the vulnerable. We need you vulnerable. So at first she was going to self-eliminate, but he let her know the men think that you're still ready to love. But when it came down to True, Khalil had to tell her. She was so argumentative and putting the men down. These are the men that she allegedly is supposed to be dating, but these are the men that, she wants to put down. And I'm thinking to myself, so you want to put them down because of what now? Now what? Help me understand what in the hell is going on. She wasn't serious about this process, and neither was she serious about the men. I think that she thought that batting her eyelashes and being witty or whatever she called herself being was enough. But it's not enough, y'all, in relationships to be a true. And then the thing about it is you have to be open and honest about people and not be ashamed of her age. So he was like, you wouldn't tell us your age. She said, that was you. Are you one of the men? And he was like, yeah, because you wasn't honest about your age. I asked you about your age. She said, that ain't a big deal. I can tell you how old I am. All you had to do was ask. He said, I did ask. And you didn't tell me. Well, just ask. How old are you? 35? Why couldn't she say that then? Because she was dealing with the fertility issues. Ladies, let me tell y'all, we cannot go through life and wear our emotions and stuff like that on our sleeve. You can't. You can't. You gotta heal. Whatever trauma, drama you've gone through, before you start dating, you need to heal. You can't go from one man to another man, and you can't go on a dating show and expect to have it all together because you're just not. You're not. Some of these women are broken. I think that Rocky's pretty broken. We haven't really heard Rocky's story, but I think that Rocky's pretty broken, and I think a couple of the other women are too. And this process of dating multiple men and having the cameras in your face and probably production pushing you to give more is going to really show up. And I mean, it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to not be dating or to be in a committed relationship. It really is okay. Because at the end of the day, you got to do the work on you. Because when you connect to somebody else, that person's not going to make you happy simply because you have not done the work on yourself. So, ladies and men, please work on yourself before you start going out here in these streets and calling yourself dating somebody. Don't bring somebody in onto in your mask. Anyway, that is the end of my review, y'all. I wrote my notes down, but I'll have to be more thorough. I think I said that last week, but I'm gonna have to take this show more seriously. Hopefully, when I get to know these people's names and we reduce down, okay, then okay, because I'll be needing some, assistance, bitch. I'll be needing them to put their names down on the screen every time they show up because they all look alike and it's just a week 4, right? And so I'm not familiar. So I'll work on that. I promise y'all I will. Anyway, if you're not doing anything, in the next couple of minutes, we're going to be live with our panel to talk about Married at First Sight. Dear Dr. Pia, I love y'all. Bye.